Imagine two students are given exactly the same difficult science question. The first student thinks, I am not good at science. I will probably get this wrong. The second thinks, this is difficult, but I can figure it out. Will their beliefs magically change the answer? Of course not. But their beliefs can influence how they approach the problem, how long they persist, how they respond to mistakes, and what they do next. So, can what you believe actually change your life? Today, let us explore the science behind beliefs, expectations, behavior, and the brain. Welcome to Vyapthi Curious Minds, where we discover the science behind everyday human experiences. What is a belief? A belief is essentially something we consider to be true or likely to be true. Some beliefs are based on strong evidence. Others may come from our experiences, family, culture, education, or repeated messages we hear. For example, imagine a child repeatedly hears, you are very good at solving problems. That child may become more willing to attempt challenging tasks. Now imagine another child repeatedly hears, you can never do mathematics. That message may influence how the child approaches mathematic problems. The important point is this: a belief is not necessarily a fact, but beliefs can influence the way we interpret situations and behave within them. And that's where the science becomes fascinating. Beliefs influence expectations. Your brain does not simply react to what's happening. It also uses previous experiences and expectations to help interpret what's happening. Let us take a simple example. Suppose you are about to give a presentation. If you believe everyone is going to judge me, you may become more alert to every facial expressions in the audience. Someone looks away, you might think they are not interested. Someone checks their phone, you might think I am doing badly. But perhaps that person simply received a message. Your expectation can influence the meaning you give to ambiguous situations. This is one reason two people can experience the same event but interpret in very different way. Their brains are processing the event through different experiences, expectations, and beliefs. The belief behavior connection. Now let us look at how beliefs can influence behavior. Imagine someone believes, I am not athletic. They may avoid sports, but they practice less. They may not improve much. That lack of improvement may then strengthen the original belief. So we can get a cycle: belief, behavior, experience, reinforced belief. But the cycle can also work in another direction. Imagine the person starts thinking, I don't have to be good at this yet. I can improve with practice. They start exercising. They practice regularly. They notice small improvements. Those experiences may strengthen a new belief. I can improve when I practice. Notice this statement. The new belief did not magically change their ability. Their behavior changed, and the new behavior created new experiences. The placebo effect. One of the most fascinating examples of the power of expectations in science is the placebo effect. In some research settings, people can experience changes in symptoms after receiving a treatment that contains no active therapeutic ingredient, particularly when they expect the treatment to help. How can this happen? Expectations can influence how the brain processes experiences such as pain and other symptoms. This does not mean that illness is just in your mind, and certainly does not mean that positive thinking can replace medical treatment. Instead, the placebo effect shows us something fascinating. Our expectations can interact with biological processes and influence our experience of certain symptoms. The brain and body are not completely separate systems. They constantly communicate with each other. Can we change our belief? Now comes the most useful question. Can beliefs change? Yes. But changing a deeply held belief usually requires more than simply saying, I'm successful. A more useful approach is to examine the belief. Ask yourself, where did this belief come from? Is it always true? What evidence supports it? What evidence challenges it? And most importantly, what happens if I test this belief through action? For example, instead of saying, I can't learn this, try, I haven't learned this yet. This practice, get feedback, try different strategies. Your new experiences can provide your brain with evidence that challenges an old belief. So, can what you believe change your life? Yes, but not because thoughts are magic. Beliefs can influence your expectations, attention, emotions, choices, and behavior. And your repeated behavior creates experiences that can reinforce or challenge those beliefs. So remember, a belief is not necessarily a fact. Before accepting a limited belief about yourself, ask, is this really true? Or is this simply a story I have learned to believe? Because sometimes changing the way you understand yourself can be the beginning of changing the way you behave. This is Vyapthi Curious Minds. Stay curious, keep questioning, and keep discovering the science behind your mind. If you like this video, please do share, like, and subscribe to our channel. Save Earth, Save Life. Thank you.